Hi guys, welcome to this session on Microsoft Excel. In this module, I want to look at the new function called filter. So basically I've got a list here on the left, and on the right I've got a little drop down list where I can select a category, and then you can see this is filtering just for that category. And then below I've got a double one where I can select a grade and a gender, and this then reacts to whatever I select. So this is using the filter function. So normally when you filter something, you would be filtering it in place with the filter like so, and then you've got the drop down arrows where you can select what's required or not, and you can do that on multiple columns. So what this is doing is filtering the same information but across onto a separate space. It's similar to the old advanced filter features that you used to have in the old versions of Excel. It still works. It's just a more flexible function that you can now do it on without creating all this structure at the top, which is what you would have to do for an advanced filter. But if I just show you how this works quickly. So I've already got this set up. You can filter in place or copy it to another location, which is exactly what this filter function is doing. So if I click OK to that, it's looking at this criteria, and if I put male, 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 and then filter it again, it just keeps bringing it down. So it's a bit more clunky in the way it does it, but it still achieves the same thing. If I go back to the filter function is an array function. It's available in Office 365, and basically you give it the criteria and then it does its business. So what I'm going to do is recreate these two examples just below here. So if I do a data validation list for the grade, so I'll do it down here, color it blue, data validation list. I just want a simple list, so it's going to be AO, AA, EO. I could have selected it, but that'll do for now. So that gives me my little list, my little criteria, and then I'm going to do the filter function to the right of that. So it's equal filter, open the bracket. It's asking you for the array, so I'm selecting this whole table. It's just down to row 44, and it wants me to include the row, or the column should I say, that I am going to filter on. So it's going to be the grade column. So I'm selecting all the way down to 44 again, and that must equal whatever goes in this cell. So I could type that in quotes. If it's empty, I just want it to bring back a blank cell. Close the bracket, click the tick. Then if I select something, it drops that in place. Whichever grade I select, it will drop it in place. So that is a very flexible example of using the filter function. But what happens if you've got two criteria that you want to select, so females and grade EO? Now this is a filter function with a slightly different slant to it in that you've got this times in between. So you've got your criteria there, so it's still looking at the list, and then it's looking at whatever goes in J16 in this case. J16 is AO, the yellow cell, and then this one is looking at a different column, and whatever goes in J17, which in this case is female. So if I just delete this one off, I can use that one, and I'll just copy this one and just paste it there, change the color. That'll do. So then if I do the formula here, now you've got to make sure that these don't overlap each other, because you get a message coming up saying spill. It's got no space to copy the array formula into, but the formula is the same, equals filter. You select your array, which is this whole table. So select the table, like that, comma. So the first one is going to be the grade again, so I'm selecting the grade all the way down to the bottom, is equal to whatever goes in there. Now this little bit needs to go in brackets, whereas normally it wouldn't, but if you're going to do 2, it does. Then I'm doing times, and now I'm going to highlight this column to get the male female, and that needs to equal whatever goes in this orange box, and again that needs to be inside brackets. And then at the end I'm doing a comma, blank, and then if I tick that, it drops it in. And then if I change the grade, these are all the females. If I change that to male, you can see that it's reacting to whatever I select from these two boxes. So that is a quick look at the new function called filter. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for your time.